Hello, 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 hello. Hi. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing today? It is Friday. It's Friday, my dudes. It's Friday. And then it's Saturday. And then it's Sunday. But it's Friday, yeah. Rockstar will. So the fun thing is there's a rule of thumb when it comes to delays. A general rule of thumb, this usually it tracks from a lot industry, space industry namely, is where I first heard it, but it's a pretty common delay. It's a pretty common indicator. If something gets delayed to the second quarter of the next year, that's usually a sign it'll be delayed to the last quarter of the next year. That's usually a sign. If something gets announced and it's delayed until quarter 2 of the next year, that's usually a sign it's getting delayed to quarter 4 of next year. Because it doesn't look as bad if you do it now. So you bump it to quarter 2, and then you go, oh, we need a little bit more time, and then you just bump it to quarter 3 or quarter 4. I'm just trying to figure out how games take so long to make nowadays. Like, holy hell. Like, I don't get how games like, yeah, Grand Theft Auto, yeah, it's a big game. It's going to be a big game. But how in the heck is it taking like thousands of people and over $1 billion to make a Grand Theft Auto game? Like, ow. What? Like, I don't know. It's usually not a good sign. When a game gets delayed that many times and it's this long, we're like, everything's like taking longer than Duke Nukem to develop nowadays. It's getting annoying. How's everyone doing today? It's Friday. What are we doing? I'm making room right now so I can get the ProForge up on the desk because I started moving stuff around. I've got the other side. I'll be honest, today's stream was almost canceled. I'm not feeling the greatest. I slept like shit. So we'll see how it goes. But I've been trying to get everything ready so we could start the Venture XL build tomorrow. So there is a lot of boxes everywhere. You'd be surprised. Building one printer takes up a lot of room. Having 3 or 4 builds on the go gets really annoying really quick when it comes to like organizing everything. So yeah. Andrew Rogers gets a $10. Cheers and appreciate for the Friday fun. Yay, it's Friday. Okay, so now I gotta pick this up without. So this is a first complaint about the ProForge is the fact that there's no handles on it. So moving it around kind of sucks. Now that we have the panels on it. To rush GTA Online. Dude, GTA Online made, just remember kids, a unicorn mount in World of Warcraft made more profit for Blizzard than all of StarCraft 2. GTA Online is just a moneymaker. I played Grand Theft Auto 5. I got it for PS3. I played, I don't know, midway through the campaign, like the single player, and I kind of got bored and I stopped playing it and I haven't touched it since. I don't know how Grand Theft Auto Online is so popular, but it is. Meanwhile, I've got like, I'm pushing like 600 something hours in Baldur's Gate. Single player game. I've beaten it multiple times. What should I do? Let's play it again. Friggin' horse. Yep. Friggin' horse armor. Friggin' horse armor. Okay. So I don't know where we're at in this build series. Let me take a looky-loo here. Do you have a local delivery come through when you see the problem? AliExpress order arrived in the UK on Monday, and you'll. I have no idea. Lee Smith Workshop for tracking AliExpress. It's been a hot minute since I've ordered anything. Or actually, no, I ordered the blower fans from AliExpress. when they land in Canada, it just gets tracked through Canada Post. So, yeah. Where is the instructions for this? There we go. Okay. So we got that. All right. Next stage. I'm trying to figure out where we're at on the build for this. All right. So we've got the. Do we put the fan on the back? Yep, we got the fan on the back. We've done that. Print heads. Oh yeah, we left off right at the bottom of the print heads, I think. Yeah, we got to like here. Okay. Do you have any? Thanks, Todd Howard. Thanks, Todd. Great going, Todd. Although I will say, the Oblivion remaster is pretty fun. Although I'm running into the exact problem that I've always had with Oblivion. I start playing a character and then I get a couple hours into it and I go, I kind of want to change the way my character is built. Because I started off with a sneak thief archer. Because that's, you know, traditionally how you play Skyrim, which is how I like playing Skyrim. Yes, I know it's the meme build, but I have fun playing it. And then it's like, wait a minute, Oblivion Sneak Thief isn't that powerful. It's like, I kind of want to play a battle mage. And it's like, well, I got to rebuild my character. Well, I got to start over. And then you start over and you're like, actually, maybe just a pure warrior. Actually, maybe I should play. And then it's like, Have I stocked up for the Canada Post trade? Not really, because not most of my mail comes through Canada Post. Like all the printers and whatnot, it's like DHL or UPS or whatever. So, so it's not too bad. It's Yodel. They are amazingly bad. I have no idea who Yodel is. This is the first, I'm assuming that's a UK thing. I've never heard of Yodel in my life. So where are we at? Oh yeah, there was a couple things that I forgot. We got the wire braid all made, and I forgot to run the cable here for the thing. So let's start the stream by running that cable. And yeah, while I stare into a light. There's a spotlight right there illuminating me so I look good on camera, and unfortunately, I have to stare into it whenever I work on stuff over here. But I saw that the de minimis stuff, the tariffs have hit for the Americans for Chinese goods, and yeah, I don't want to know how much kits have gone up in price. I seen like freaking the consoles are going up in price. They increased the price of the PlayStation and the Xbox by like $100, which sucks because they're doing it across the board because the tariffs are going up in the States. They don't want just the Americans paying for it, so they make the whole world pay for it. Thank you very much. So I'm kind of glad I don't have, I have no desire to play current gen console stuff. I have like zero desire to play current gen console stuff. So for me, it's not a big deal. I really don't care. I've got my computer. Any game I play is on my computer. And by any game I play, I mean, I play for a little bit and then I go back to Baldur's Gate. Yeah, my little guy plays the Switch. He has a Nintendo Switch. Well, my wife has a Nintendo Switch. Oh, it's gonna be annoying. How can I... Oh, wait, can I just... Don't know if I can cheese this with... Because the problem is, I don't think the USB cable fits through this. This is the biggest one I got, 13 mil. Yeah, that won't fit. Shoot. JLC PCB. Yeah, somebody on the Voron team was looking at getting some custom metal stuff done from JLC PCB. And they live in the States, and they saw the new pricing, and it's like ridiculous. It just like killed all benefit of that program. So hey, maybe, you know, I mean, it's good for send cut send. Send cut send's probably liking this. Well, to an extent, because, you know, the problem is running a business, you still need equipment, and a lot of that equipment comes from outside the US still. So it is what it is. It really sucks. Okay, this is gonna be really annoying. Okay, so I'm gonna zip tie this right now, so I don't lose it. US metal PCB shops are bad. Yeah, somebody on the team is working on something that requires custom PCBs and whatnot, and it's basically a completely non-viable thing for them to do now. With like JLC and the Chinese options for PCB manufacturing not being available, or correction, they are available, but now their prices make them completely non-worth it. American sources is not viable. It makes the price too much for it to be competitive, so there's no point. So it's like, well, there goes that fun little product that would have been cool, because you know it's not worth manufacturing at the cost it would cost to manufacture. So that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Going back to my work is looking at getting our own desktop build to make PCBs. And that's the thing, like you will not be able to DIY make PCBs at home. And we know this. We know this because people have been making PCBs at home for years. You cannot just make a PCB at home that's anywhere near as good as what you can get from JLC PCB. That's the thing. Like the speed and the turnaround time is ridiculous. And the quality is there. Like you can pretty much like get their PCBs and they're ready to go for production. Like yeah, I can understand, you know, one-off prototype boards, but nobody's building like an Ant or any of those DIY PCB mills, or buying them like a Makara Air or whatever to mass produce PCBs using, you know, copper wafers. It's we're going backwards. We're going backwards in the tech tree. I slept like shit last night and I'm not having fun today. Especially trying to get this stupid USB cable in the stupid sleeve. Okay. Through hole in vias. Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. This whole situation is really stupid. I know my wife works in an industry that this is directly affecting, so it is what it is. Automation is expensive. Yep. I mean, this weekend's video is Big Tree Tech Tour. So if you're a channel member or Patreon supporter, you should be able to get that video early, hopefully tomorrow. But this weekend's video is a tour of Big Tree Tech's production facility, mostly their office and PCB fab office. And so if you want to see how Big Tree Tech is making PCBs and the whole assembly line, that will be this weekend's video on the channel. So if you want to see how it's done over there, there you go. Adding one wire to these stupid cable sleeves. I hate these cable sleeves. Like, I know they work, but I much prefer the spiral ones. I'll be honest, I prefer the spiral ones. They're easier to work with. They're less finicky. They're less annoying. PCB way a viable alternative? Yeah, if you're not American. The 145% price increase makes it not. Like, has the price of like LDO kits gone up yet? Or any of the printer kits gone up yet? Because I've spoken to a few manufacturers and it's not good. I've spoken to a few companies that do like accessories and whatnot for 3D printers and kits and whatnot. And yeah, nobody's happy. Nobody's happy. Yeah, JLC will have the same problem as PCBWay, or PCBWay has the same problem JLC does. The same problem. Going back to breadboards. Yep. Who here remembers how to solder up a ramps? Who here remembers how to solder up a ramps? Fun fact, the ramps, you can make a ramps by hand. The ramps is designed to be able to be made by hand. So, I mean, with Clipper, we could go back to Arduinos and ramps and, you know, maybe we need a modern ramps. Maybe we need a more modern ramps with 24 volts and more fan headers. Go back, return to Monkey. Return to Monkey with 3D printing. Good God, how sad is that? Yeah, if you're gonna be buying electronics from China, make sure whatever you buy is coming from a warehouse that's already in country. Okay, there we go. Now I got the USB cable on this stupid thing. Yep. There we go. Don't know about the price increase, but I can't currently get the Trine kit that I bought. Well, some kits might not be available anymore, right? It's been years. Models change and whatnot. Finish your boxer. Mine's not operational yet because I don't know. Well, the printer we're putting it on needs to be built, and we're going to start that this weekend. So, because it'll be nice to have a box turtle on a big ass printer like the Venture XL. So, that'll be nice. Although I may end up modding my box turtle kit before we get too far, because I kind of want it to have the ability to feed bigger spools. So, might have to do a little finagling on it. Okay, there we go. There we go. So the vendors on AliExpress have stopped shipping in the US at all. Yeah. There you go. Okay. So we have now our tool head is built. So we have the tool head. We've got, or correction, we got the carriage. We got all 3 tool heads built. We got all the wiring kind of done up all per-de-lac. So we got that. So now, where are we at? So we've done that, we've done that. Those go, secure the print head into that. Okie dokie. So this one goes into the bottom. So let's put you into the bottom. Shove all the cables into the bottom. Cables go down the hole. There we go. So those cables go there. These cables go here. I'm trying to figure out why there's a hole here. Hopefully it's not that, or it might be for handles. I don't know. Can I flip this on its side? How can I flip this on its side? Front maybe? I gotta flip it on, okay, front. I can't flip it on this side because these are just held on with magnets and they'll probably fall out. Mello 3D is not shipping to the US anymore. I don't blame them. Mello does a lot of machining on their parts. It's now would be a good time for a company to actually like made in America. Here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. Like, I'm not American. So like, I know, you know, the guy who has Canuck in the name of his YouTube channel, has a hat with a maple leaf on it, is an American. I know it's surprising. But it's like, I get it, wanting to manufacture in your country and whatnot, but I'm not American. I don't give a crap if something I'm buying is made in America or made in China. it's foreign to me, no matter what. So for me, it's like, where do I get it the cheapest? And where do I get the quality that I want at the price I want? And I'll be honest, 99% of the time, I'm not looking for a made in America product. It is what it is. So the whole build American, buy American, blah, 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 blah. For me, that just, all that screams to me is, wow, I get to spend more money on something. I get nothing out of it. Like, I don't care if something's made in America or made in China. It doesn't affect me. What affects me is the price and the quality. And if the price is good and the quality is good, I don't care where it's made at. Are American, okay, don't go, yeah, semantics, you know, North America. No, you know what I mean? When I say American, I mean American country. You know what I mean. There we go. Okay, I don't know where these plug in. I probably should have looked. So I probably got to go back a page. Let's see here. Let's go back a page. So, oh, we have an enclosure, an extension. Okay, so we got to attach that extension wire on. I think it's in here. Is this the extension wire? This is the extension wire. Fortunately avoided Timu Trump. Yeah, PP lost his own seat, which was kind of funny. If I build all the factories, well, that's the thing. Like, and for those that are going to complain, all right, you're talking about, no, we're not talking politics. We're talking economics. There's a difference. This is actually directly related to channel content because, you know, we build stuff on this channel. So this directly affects us. So here's the thing, like, I'm all for, you know, I understand the want and I don't complain about the want. I get it. I get it. I get it. You know, you want to have a bit more control over your supply chain. That makes a lot of sense. But what you do is you're like, okay, we're going to start gradually increasing tariffs over the next several years. We're going to get a bunch of countries on board this. We're going to incentivize to build factories. And we're going to do this gradually and slow so there's no sticker shock. What? No, we're going to do it overnight right now. Let's go. Yeah. There's your problem. That's the problem. It's not that it's being done. It's the method that's being done. That's the problem. I gotta shove another wire in the stupid tube. I'm gonna do it the cheap way. So, in Discord, due to U.S. tariffs, it'll take 5 to 2 days to confirm how the goods will be shipped, but that was 4 days ago. Yeah. Well, the problem is a lot of this stuff is shipped via boat, and if I remember correctly, when it comes to tariffs, it's based on when the boat leaves the port. So if a boat leaves the port on a certain date and tariffs come into effect, like tariffs get announced after it leaves the port, it doesn't affect it. It only affects stuff that leaves after the date. If somebody can correct me. If somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe it's based on the date of ship, not the date of arrival, is if it gets impacted by tariffs. If I remember correctly. It's been a hot minute. I don't know economics. I'm not an economics guy. I follow a few people who know a bit more about it than me, and I kind of trust their opinions. But for my general knowledge, it's not my... I went to school for civil engineering. Not this. Arrival. Yeah, is it based on arrival? Oh, that sucks. So you order a bunch of stuff, tariffs get introduced while it's on boat, and then you're stuck paying with it. That sucks. That sucks. Just don't buy anything. Just don't buy anything. You know what's not affected by tariffs? Your channel membership. If you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member or Patreon supporter, because I have the prices set for Canadian. So you get a discount for the Americans in the audience. So if you want to save a little money, buy now because the price ain't coming down. You get charged VAT on your membership? Well, it's because your membership is such a value. Being a channel member is such a value that they have to add the value-added tax. They have to because it's such a value. I gotta go around to the other side here. I gotta zip tie some stuff in. Let's walk around this way. Too many cables. Too many cables. Let's just do this. Boop. Hi. Hi. There we go. One. Dougal gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. It's the best way to support the channel because when you gift a membership, other people get to be a member. And every month we do members only live streams. You get videos early. You get access to a super secret channel on the Discord. And I need to check fourth wall, but I think I can actually give discounts on merch too. Might be able to give discounts on merch. That's something I gotta look into. So that's something else I gotta look into. I really gotta get the merch store updated and get a website online and all that. I keep meaning to, but last little bit has been busy. There we go. Okay, there's that. Oh no, I'm not on camera anymore. I gotta move my camera. Remember, always cut your zip ties flush. Always cut your zip ties flush. If you do not cut your zip ties flush, I will find you. I will find you. If I see anyone in this chat, ever, Rocky Mountain's coming up in 2 weeks. Next week, I'm going to Sweden for an event at Bondtech. If I go to either of these events and I find any of you have a zip tie on a machine and you went and cut it like this, even this, like this, oh, we're going to have some words. We're going to have some words, okay? And they won't be nice words. If I find anyone cuts a zip tie like this on any of your machines, if I find a zip tie like this, you get flush cutters, you go flush, cut them flush, because this don't cut you. Cut them flush. You get some flush cutters, you cut them flush. Leaving the little stabby part, dude, when I built molds, we would have like all these water lines on the outside of the mold. So you got like, literally like hose as thick as garden hose, and you have dozens of lines all in the mold. And you would just zip tie them all together, right? And bundle them up so they would stay within the bounds of the plate of the mold. And you would have people that would just cut the ends off just willy-nilly. And then it's like, oh, I gotta reach in there and undo, like, I gotta put in an eye bolt or undo like a clamp or something. And you reach in there and you do whatever, and then you pull your arm out and you just slice your arm right down because somebody, you know, left a sharp zip tie. Oh, there'll be words. There will be words. Okay. So we've done that. Oh, there's a little zip tie here. I'm supposed to zip tie it on. Did I miss that? Mine doesn't look like that. Or it does. I don't have this. Mine looks different. Did I mount that in the wrong spot? No, it's just mine looks different. Oh, this is the top hat. Enclosure fume fan. Well, we haven't built the enclosure fume fan yet, so. So that's that. That goes in there, and that goes in there. Okay. So on to the next part. All right, so now we gotta see it's showing the top hat, but we haven't built the top hat yet. Okay, so we got the PTFE tubes. Okay, so now we put that. Okay, so now we gotta wire this all up. Okay, so we got the orbiter power board. So we need some stuff here. So we need that. We're going to need the orbiter, or the USB extension thingy. Where'd you go? I saw you earlier. USB extension. USB extension. Where'd you go? Got a whole bundle of cables here. Oh, I know it's in here somewhere. I saw it earlier. Nope, that's a USB stick. Nope. Maybe it's in one of these. Okay. So now we need the orbiter power board, which is this guy, I'm assuming. And a USB hub. Did I put the USB hub in here already? I did not. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, no. Okay, we're good. Whew. I was a little worried. I opened it up and a little thing fell out, but I think it's just an extra fuse. So. It's chapter, brother. That's a fun game. You know how it's a fun game? You know how I know it's a fun game of Pluto? I was tempted to play it last night, but then I'm like, nope, we're doing it all on stream. Es envío o en directo saludo desde Argentina. I understood Argentina. Beyond that, I didn't understand anything else you said. Sorry. Okay. So, wow, we need to get like power coming from all of these into that, and then each one of those goes in the USB hub. Okay, so, and then where does all this mount? Where does this all mount? Is it just kind of flopping in the breeze? Okay. I mean, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I guess like I have to figure it out. 1. 2. Cheers from Argentina. Cheers. Okay, so that's that. Now I need to put, so they're all drawing 24 volts. So each one of these needs to connect to this somehow. Okay. So each one is getting its own line. Okay. I mean, okay. Alive or still in progress? Still in progress. Okay. Orbiter power. You know what, we're going to dole up 2 of these on this one. Yeah, we're just playing through the campaign. In fact, I'm actually tempted to take a page out of my book and just drop the difficulty down to like the easiest and just blow through it. Cause like the gameplay's fun, but it's not exactly like my personal type of gameplay. But I'm digging the story. Remember, kids, there's no shame in playing a video game on an easy setting if you just want to play it for the story. That's why a lot of games now just come with a story mode. Like, my wife plays Baldur's Gate. That's how she plays it. She plays it on story mode because she's more interested in just... Especially when you're watching a stream. Nothing is more annoying than watching a streamer literally go through the same thing over and over again, just hitting their head against the wall trying to beat a boss or something. It gets really old really quick. And I get it. I get it. Oh, you play on easy. It's like, yeah, I get it. But I play games to have fun. And sometimes the story is more fun than the gameplay. Although I really want to try that Claire Obscura game, the Expedition 33. I really want to try that game. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Play some of that final French to see. Oui, oui, baguette. Oh, oh. Half-Life Alyx, I like playing on the harder difficulty. But I used to do competitive pistol shooting, so for me, it's like, ooh. Ooh, Lee Smith Workshop gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. Go there. I will say it would have been nice if this kit came with like a Wago power distributor thing. Kind of like how, ooh, nope. That's black, I don't wanna. There we go. Red on red. There we go. Are you in VR for Half-Life Alyx? Yeah. It is funny. I haven't touched my Rift S in forever. I really wish more games came out on VR that were actually worth playing instead of like basically glorified tech demos. But I don't get motion sick in VR. I can sit, I play, when I played Half-Life Alyx, I played it for like 8 hours straight. The very first day I got it. I put the headset on and it didn't come off for like 8 hours. Like, I do not get motion sick in VR, so. Okay. So that's that. So now the orbiters plug into these. So put you over here for now. So you plug in to that. You plug into that. And you plug into that. And now we need some USB cables. Dump all this in here. That box. That box. Is Arizona Sunshine 2 available on Steam? Maybe? I haven't looked. Ace Con... Can you play Ace Combat 7 in VR? If you can, I might do that. I played Star Wars... what's it? Rogue Squadron. Whatever the Star Wars fighter game in VR is. I have a whole HOTAS setup that I bought years ago for like... I think I bought it for like Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I played that for a bit and then I was like, yeah, this isn't for me. But I bought a whole HOTAS system for it. Squadrons, that's right, Squadrons. Squadrons in VR would probably be fun. Squadrons in VR would probably be fun. What time is it? It was 2:42. Wife should be home soon. So everyone's favorite part of the build is getting all the final wiring done up. Okay, so apparently I need a... What, I have an extra servo here. I have an extra servo, a bunch of extra wires, and a camera. The camera on a servo? Nope, not that. I have a power brick here. I don't know what that's for. Door handles. That. Nope. I remember seeing the extension. Where did I put that USB breakout board? Okay, that's a screen. Is it in here? No, that's the old power. So this is garbage. This is garbage. I can get rid of this. Get rid of this. Geez, the thing is, okay. I keep accidentally catching. I have all my printer beds, all my extra printer beds I store in one area, but then I have a big old honkin' 600mm bed just taking up all this room. I mean, I have one here. I'll just use this one for now. Where did I put this USB hub? I know it was in here. I remember seeing it. I was like, oh, hey, USB hub. Grease? No. Oh, here it is. It's in the box still. UE game. Yeah, I saw people were playing Oblivion in VR, and that was kind of cool. So the joys of Clipper, you could just daisy chain USB hubs. It's actually pretty nice. So this one feels pretty cheap, but it should be fine. Okay, so I guess we'll do 1, 2, 3, and then this plugs into this. There you go. Behold. Function. Wiring. Look at all this wonderful wiring. So, like, what am I supposed to do? Because it just shows it all here. Okay. But then, what is it supposed to look like? How do I... Oh, we got camera stuff. Okay, but let me, okay, that's all the camera, so that's all that, okay. Print head wiring. Okay, here we go, print head wiring. Okay, so there we go. And then it just VHP, yeah, it just held on with zip ties and VHP, it looks like. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Okay. I just want to get these kind of cleaned up before I flip it back up to install a camera. Look in stream chat on Discord. UEVR. Yeah, I've seen the Unreal Engine VR thing. The thing is, like, it's kind of annoying to, like, the only game I really play somewhat regularly in VR is Beat Saber. And that is kind of nice because you don't really need a lot of room. I move a lot when I play VR. I can't do the motion in VR where you gotta like I move around when I play VR. So it gets really annoying for me playing a game where I don't have room to move around because I like moving around. So. What's H3 VR? What's H3? Like Half-Life 3 VR? What's H3 VR? What brand is it? Oh, this is a Pantheon. And controller move. Yeah, I'm fine with controller move. I can move around with that. Like I played all of Half-Life Alyx with just using the thumbstick to move around. Like that doesn't bug me at all, I'll be honest. Okay, 1. These are awesome, by the way. If go on Amazon right now. Just they're stick-on zip tie holders. Yes, you can make printed versions of them, but the printed versions always kind of break because of the how thin the connectors are, and you're relying on layer stacking for a lot of it. So if you do try to print these, print them in like PETG at really high temperature or something. But go buy like a baggie of these and just keep them in your office or wherever you do printer building, because these are super handy and they're very nice to have. So H3VR. What is H3VR? Let's take a looky-loo. Let's take a looky-loo. What is this H3VR? Because I don't want to do firmware today. Hot dogs, horseshoes. Oh, H3, because it's HHH. Hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. See, this looks like a tech demo to me. This just looks like a tech demo game. Oh, okay, there actually is games. I remember this game when it first came out. It's still early access. Okay. 2016, early access. No. Come on, get your shit together. It's been 9 years. Wait, oh shoot, did I miss a big one? I missed a big one. Who was that? Nico 3D, Sipo, gifted 20 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. Thank you. Pulo, you are well beyond the limit. You don't have to anymore. Cheers for 40 months. Jeez. Pistol Whip. I remember looking at Pistol Whip. The problem is, like, none of these games stick around. There hasn't been a World of Warcraft of VR. That's the problem with VR. There's no one game that, like, everyone has to play it, and it's a great game, and it's got multiplayer, and it's like it's funny for how prevalent Isekai VR is. Like, wow, I'm having a total brain fart. You know what I mean? Isekai VR, Isekai anime, where people are stuck in video games, virtual games. You think with how popular that genre is, there would be more VR MMO type games, but there's like none. I know there's a couple out there that exist, but none of them are like big at all. Sword Art Online, that's the one I was thinking of. Like, it's funny, you would think with how popular that idea of virtual reality MMO type games are, that there would be an actual big one. But no. Like, nothing. And I'm wondering if it's, a mixture of, like, for those that have played, like, Skyrim VR, who here has played Skyrim VR? Everyone here, if you have played Skyrim VR, you know it's broken as shit. Because how does combat work? In most video games, you have big heavy sword, swings slow. Small sword that doesn't do a lot of damage, but goes fast. Well, Skyrim VR, you just equip big heavy sword and you flail your arms. You just go and you do lots of damage because there's no way to. How do you balance that? How do you balance a game where you have to balance it and make it fair for people of different body types and whatnot? So it's kind of like, it's hard to balance it and make it actually viable. Unless, like, everything's magic based or something. Like, you have to kind of figure out a way of doing it that makes it kind of make sense, I guess. I don't know. Like, all I know, for the amount of hours that I have in Baldur's Gate 3, if Baldur's Gate 3 was a VR game, like, that kind of story, that kind of setting, but VR, that'd be putting a lot of hours in. And I'm not saying that just because of Wither's big naturals. So this is, okay, so you use a zip tie to hold this in. Okay, that's pretty clever. I'm trying to line it all up so they all kind of look right. VR has broken bows. Yep. I kind of like how Helldivers does it, where you can move your mouse as fast as you want, but the gun itself trails. So you have like you basically have like two crosshairs. You have the one where your mouse is actually looking, but then you have the one for the gun that follows it. So it basically prevents you from like cranking it up and doing 180s. It takes time for a human to move. So it kind of, that aspect I kind of like that Helldivers does that. Make you sick in VR? So far, I have yet to get sick in a VR game. I can spend hours in VR just fine. At least all the games I've played. I haven't played like VR chat. I never did VR chat. Maybe we should do that one day. Maybe we should do a VR chat hangout. Then again, I know some of you are pretty degenerate, so be a little worried about some of your avatars. Not that I care, but for some people, they might. All kinds of different colors. I'm using all my different colors of zip ties because I'm being fancy. Going with red. One of the most immersive. That's the thing. Half-Life Alyx came out, set the bar for like, this is how good, like a VR game with actual good story, good mechanics, good gameplay, and then nothing else has come out since that's anywhere on the same level, in my opinion. Everything else just feels like a so you go like that. Okay, so it's pretty clever. Like you zip tie it. Like this is actually kind of, the zip tie goes through there, and then it goes through the hole, and this goes here. And there you go. Can you install more heads in the future? On this machine, no. There's not enough room. As far as I'm aware, I believe MakerTech is working on a bigger machine that will do 5 heads, but the physical limitation of this machine at 300 is 3 heads. There's a reason the Prusa XL is 360, because if it's 350, it wouldn't be able to fit 5 heads. Swinging your arms. Yeah, I don't like that. Just let me move forward using the mouse. Give me, the way I like VR movement, give me the box that I can physically move around in, but then just let me push forward on the stick to move forward in the direction I'm looking. That's how I like it. So as long as I push forward on the stick and I look forward where the way I'm moving. Actually, no, I don't like that. No, I don't like where I look because that way I can't shoot behind me. I like being able to like move my head independent of my body in VR. I know it's the worst way of doing it because it's the most motion sick inducing way of doing movement in VR, but I don't get motion sick in VR. So it works the best for me because I have no problem running forward, looking behind me and shooting in VR. That doesn't trip any sort of motion sickness in me. So maybe I should have been a fighter pilot. A VR fighter pilot. Yeah, this actually works pretty good for cable management, I will say. I think I did the wrong one. Yeah, I did the wrong one. Shoot. Wrong one. This one goes there. This one. This one goes there. Yeah. Yeah, the teleport movement where you just like bounce around, like blink, that movement style in VR annoys me. That one I can't do. Like I need smooth movement. It's not that I can't do it, it's just I don't like it. It annoys me. There we go. VR drone pilots. I mean, I have quadcopters. I fly quadcopters. Actually, if the weather's nice, I'm hoping to get out this weekend and go fly. SEO Corsa could be VR too. Oh, racing. You know what's funny? The only racing game I've ever played that I actually had fun was like Grand Theft Auto 3. I haven't bought a racing game since Grand Theft Auto 3. Or not Grand Theft Auto, Gran Turismo 3 on the PS2. And it's not that I didn't like it. I completed it. I unlocked every car in that game back in the day. Like even the ones where you had to like do like a 24-hour race. Like I did all the endurance. I had that game pretty much like 100%ed back in the day on PS2. Now, granted, I totally cheated and I got the Escudo Pikes Peak, and then I did the thing with the rubber band on that circular track where you do an endurance race on the circular track, where you just let it run and you just skid against the sidewall and you just tune your car with like the dampers and whatnot, so it just skins around the outside at max horsepower. You totally cheat the system. And you just keep doing that until you are able to make enough money by the cars you win and sell all the cars, and then yeah, I totally cheated on that game. But it worked. It worked. How's the plane coming? Oh, it's back together. I just gotta get it flying. I got it all glued back together. It exploded last time I took it out. So I got it all, got the wings and everything glued back together. I just got to actually bring it out and get it flying. I think the problem is that I'm trying to fly it not in first person. I don't have a camera on it, and that's what caused me to crash it last time. When I fly quadcopters, I'm flying VR, or I'm flying FPV. And flying not FPV, I get my directions mixed up when I'm flying towards me. There we go. GTA 3 and 4 were great. Yeah, I played Gran Turismo 3. I own it. It's funny. I actually went to play it a couple years back because I still have my PS2 and all my PS2 games, right? And I hooked it up to the TV and I went to play it, and I'm like, it's funny when it's like you unlock a prototype car and it's like a 2001 Nissan 350Z. You're like, oh. It's like, I gotta get that. I gotta unlock the Unos Roadster. Yeah, getting the Miata was the ultimate starter car. I started every time I did a playthrough on that game. Miata. I don't think, was the Yaris in Gran Turismo 3? I don't even know if the Yaris was in Gran Turismo 3, I'll be honest. You go here, you go here. Okay, and then here. I should probably move this box so you guys can see what I'm doing. Cable management. The plan today is to basically get everything ready so that the next stream is just software. So today we're just getting everything ready for software and firmware shenanigans, and that will be the next stream. Because I don't like starting that stuff midway through a stream, just because it usually never goes good. Okay, no. I mean, what I can do is I can zip tie it to that. These cables. Should you zip tie power wires to a power supply? Probably not. But I mean, like, will it hurt? Probably not. I believe there is a sample config. I believe they do include a config. There is a config, so it's not like I'm totally in the dark here. Okay, and then what we'll do here is undo you. You come over top, and then you go back in. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Nice and clean. Okay. And then you guys, I'll just kind of put his thing there and zip tie you to that. Don't need the need for, dude, I have a PS4. My wife bought me a PS4 for Christmas. Whenever the white PS4 that came bundled with Destiny, the original Destiny, whenever that came out, my wife bought me that for Christmas. I played that. I played Destiny until I finished the main story of the original Destiny pre-DLC. I played through that, and then I completed the main story, then I was like, okay, and then I stopped playing it like the next day and haven't touched Destiny since. I played the original Last of Us. Shadow of Mordor. I don't know. I honestly, I barely played my PS. It just wasn't for me. I don't know. I just did not have a lot of fun with that system. I don't know. Trident or 2.4 with the intention of adding index. Trident. There is a Tridex, which is a mod for a Trident to turn it into an index machine. As far as I'm aware, I don't think there's one for the V2. The Trident is a lot easier to convert to an index machine. Also, rule of thumb, if you don't know which Voron to build a Trident. That is the easiest thing I could say. If you don't know which Voron to build a Trident. There we go. Look at all this. Look at all the wires. Hold wiring. I'm gonna cheat. I'm cheating. I haven't eaten lunch. I'm eating one of my Prusa Haribos. Num num num. Num 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 num. Okay. Karibo lunch. Okay, now we go all the way back up to the top and we can put a camera together. Woo, camera. Okay. Or actually, no, where did this guy? Okay, where did these go? Okay, we'll do all this with the camera, I think. Actually, we'll plug these guys in. Where do these guys go? Okay, so we don't have the fume filter in yet because we haven't built the thing. June 5 off to work to attend the midnight launch of what? Oh, Switch. Nice. See, this is something I want to critique. Is these should be much higher resolution images. Like I know we got a higher resolution image, like here, but this whole thing should be higher resolution in my humble opinion. This should all be higher res, but okay. So let's do this. So obviously the USB cable for that goes all the way down here and plugs into this. How easy. So sneak you through here. Sneaky, sneaky. And USB cable plugs in there. Booyah. There we go. Look at all this extra USB cable. Just gonna stiff you there for now. Figure out where you go later. Okay. And then we have this guy. Which is you? So this guy right here is, okay, this guy is our, I think I plugged in the wrong extension. Part cooling fan goes to this. Goes here. Okay, so that's the part cooling fan. I think I grabbed the wrong extension for that. I don't see any other extension, so that's got to be it then. Okay, so part cooling fan goes there. What is the other 3-prong one? Y end stop. This Y end stop goes here. Oh my! Literally like tight. There we go. Okay. Get rid of this extra sleeving. There we go. Yeah, it has 2 power supplies. It's got a 24 volt and then a 48 volt for motors. That's the cool thing to do now is 48 volt motors. Okay, and then that this goes over here. Then we got these 3 guys, so you can just kind of I'll deal with you later. Okay, this guy plugs in here. This is the servo. The servo plugs in there. And then this is power for the servo, which is 5 volt, which comes from here. Get in your hole. Come on. There we go. Oh. There we go. Go. I can understand why more systems don't run steppers. For you, it's just so impressed to see that even a pancake stepper push that kind of voltage. Steppers are voltage agnostic for the most part. It's the drivers that you need to worry about voltage. With the steppers, it comes down to amperage, how many amps they can push. And actually, at higher voltages, they actually use less amps, so they run more efficiently at higher voltages. The thing is, you need drivers that can support the higher voltages, and caps that can also do it too. So you need to have the right equipment to be able to do it. All this extra wire. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that. Sneak you right here, and we'll just zip tie that up. Oh, I think the wifey is home. 1 second, I'm just gonna go do a little chit chat, see what we're doing for dinner. Uno moment. I'm back. I'm back. Okay, where are we at now? Where are we at now? Okay, so so many wires. So many wires. So just tie all that together. Ooh, we can still hear me? Now you can hear me. But now you can't. Okay, you go like that. You go like that. Okay. Shoot, no, zip tie. Zip tie. Isn't cable management the most fun thing to watch? Put a 1 in chat if you're enjoying this cable management stream. It's so much fun. So much fun. Put a 1 in chat. Actually, put 2 1s in chat if you're having fun. If you're thrilled by this content. Look at this mess. This is such a mess. I hate all these wires. I mean, I'm sure I can make it look better eventually, but for now, we'll just do this. There we go. There we go. Look at all those. Look at all those numbers. That's what I like to see. That's what you all come here for, right? Okay. What you all come here for. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so now we gotta go all the way back up and let's do the camera. So I did that. So now I can actually like flip it up and not crush stuff. So, whoops. I still have this wire here that I haven't plugged into anything. Oh, this is an end stop. And I still have a wire for the bed that isn't plugged into anything either. I don't know what it's for. What is this bed wire for? Is it an LED? I don't know. I got 3 wires to the bed and I don't know what they're for. Yeah, we'll figure it out later. Okay, camera time. Camera time. Where's the camera? I saw it earlier. Nope. 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 Uh-oh. Now I'm doing the thing where it's like, I saw it, and now I don't know where it went. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. No. Here's the camera. No, hear that. Okay, I saw the camera earlier. I am going blind, class. I am going blind. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we got the camera. And it goes into the 3D printed camera case. So now I gotta find the 3D printed parts. So we got the camera. It's just a generic, if you wanna know, it's an HBV cam something something. I'm assuming this USB cable is the cable for it. Where is that printed part for it? Need a printed part for it? Nope. All right, where is the 3D printed part for the camera? Is this it? No, that's the end stop. Where did I put all the 3D printed parts for this build? That's actually a good question. Here it is. Haha. Okie dokie. So, we have that. And this is, if you're wondering about the print quality of the parts, behold, it's a part that was printed for this kit. It's functional. Do you plan on tuning the FISEC into a printer workbench? No, if all goes well, there will be a bench above it, though. It's going to live on the ground because of its size, that's for sure. So this slots in here, and then it's held in with 2 M318s. Just kind of slots in like that. M318s. Yeah, we're just gonna got 2 of these. With some fun silver screws. There we go. But yeah, if all goes well, we're going to be starting the build for the whatchamacallit tomorrow. So the Venture XL build will start tomorrow, and that will be a fun one because that's going to be a big build. Well, the build itself, by the way, is going to be kind of scuffed. Because of the size of the printer, do not expect to get the fancy camera angles that you guys are kind of used to for when I do builds. It's going to be just one camera, essentially, because I'm going to be building it on the other side of the garage where I don't have a full camera setup. I'm just going to run an extension cable for one of my cameras over there. So it's going to be, I'm not going to say it's going to be scuffed, but the build itself will not have the same production quality that you guys are used to. I won't be able to do this. See this fun little punch in with the overhead? Yeah, it's just going to be, go watch the stream where we built the bike, basically. Go watch the stream where we built the bike. That's basically what that stream is going to be like. Because it's a meter by a meter by a meter. Like, put it this way, I haven't checked. I got to go check right now because I just remembered to. Let me see if I have room over there for it to, on the table I was going to use to build it on. Because I have like a table over here. But the printer is going to be 900 by 900 and the table I got is 760. So I don't even have a table over here big enough to build the printer on. So we're going to be building it like on the floor. It's a meter printer with this. Just for a reminder, reminders. This is a Prusa Mark IV bed. This is a Prusa XL bed, right? It's kind of big. Oh, wow, look how big this is. This is Mark IV XL. Ooh, it's kind of big. This is the bed for the Physik Venture XL. It's a bit bigger, which means the printer is going to be a bit bigger. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I might have to like build a bench. M412 and an M14. M412. Do I have M412s? I have lost the screws for this build are all over the place. I don't even know anymore. I'll make it work. Do I have space left for that? I have space on the other side. I'm putting a shed up in the next little bit in the backyard. Once the rainy season kind of gets finished. And the plan is to put a shed back there so I can move a bunch of the stuff that I've been storing in the garage, like my lawnmower and whatnot, out there. So hopefully I'll have enough room out on the other side of the garage to have the Milo set up, have the Venture XL, have a proper paint booth set up. I want it to be basically like a work area, a dirty work area, essentially. That's kind of the end goal. Shed build stream. I don't think, I mean, I wouldn't dox myself building a shed. Is this Prusa parts? No, that's over. I'm 440s. I might be able to, if you guys really want, I might be able to figure something out. If you guys want to watch me build a shed. I really don't like all these M4s because I don't have the right size screw. Don't think that's gonna, yeah, that's not gonna work. These are too long. Those are too short. And I don't know where the right size ones are. Because I think I grabbed all the screws out and I probably have lost some and moved some and stuff's kind of everywhere. And those are touchscreen parts. Yeah. I don't know why M4s are such an oddball size. Don't use M4s in builds, kids. Don't bother with M4s. That's for the enclosure. Can't use those. I could use M5s. I don't want to use M5s. You want to do this? Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to make an M5 work. M5. Just go to M5. M5 works. Everyone likes M5s. Go straight to M7. M7 might be a little big for a generic 3D printer. Let's be a little realistic. Also, you'd go to M8, not M5. What's the clearance size? Do I gotta open it up? Nah, make it work. Oh, yeah. And by make it work, I'm gonna crack it. There we go. Now, where does this even mount? It mounts on that side. Nope. Allen key. There we go. Can't even get the stupid thing out. Oh, this is so broken. This is so broken. I mean, luckily it's just a camera, so it's not like there's any forces on it. Actually, what I can do is I can use the Venture XL to print a shed. Huh? How's that for content? We'll print a shed. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Oh, really? Okay. Really? Okay, instructions. You're having me melt the camera here. What side is that? Oh, it goes right here. Is it here? Yeah, it goes here. Okay. I thought that was back here. It goes here. Okay. So at least I can kind of see. So go there. Secure the camera, M412 T-nut, route the cable from under the base and connect it to the camera. Okay. How does this kind of work? Right about there, I guess. Right about there? Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure. Camera. Okay. And then this goes around and down. And then it goes down the hole. And then plug in the gantry motor cables. These are twisted cables that come with LDO motors. Feed them into the base. Okay. So this goes. This doesn't fit through the thing. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. You have to feed it up. There you go. You go in there, okay. There we go. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Now we need our motor cables, which are These guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Motor cables. While we're at it, are you going to build some Chris Borg machinery? What's a Chris Borg machinery? What's Chris Borg? Who's Chris Borg? Why Chris Borg? When Chris Borg? Who Chris Borg? YouTuber building lathes and stuff. Dude, building a lathe, lathes are sketchy, man. As somebody who has worked in a machine shop, worked in a tool shop, lathes scare the heebie-jeebies out of me. Lathes are just, no. I've used lathes. I ran a 12-foot long manual lathe. Lathes scare the crap out of me. You want to be... You want anxiety? Hope you programmed your G-code pass good, because this thing's spinning at like many rip'ems with a lot of weight behind it. And if it decides to go on an adventure, the door ain't stopping it. Plug go up, plug go up. One, 2. There we go. Okay, and now I gotta run. Ooh, wait, I gotta fix this. I gotta fix it. Ooh, hi. Okay, note to self, having the wires run through your belt is probably not a good idea. So that goes there, and then these go down. Those come out the bottom. Okay. So I need some of these trim pieces. And as always, I saw them earlier. There we go. Trim pieces. Are they pre-cut? I believe they are. Super high speed manual or wood turns with 6-foot round stock, dude. Wood lathes are like, with your hand in there, that's sketchy. That shit's sketchy, man. I'm thirsty. Are you thirsty? Go buy some gamer subs. Use code Canuck. Save 10% on your order. Great if they use the chuck as a safety on the key switch. That would actually be kind of a smart idea where you got to take the after you lock it, you have to take the key and then put it into something that actually allows you to spin it up. The thing is, as somebody who was a off-shift supervisor in a tool and mold shop, people would override that shit right away. People would figure out how to disable that right away because people are lazy, unfortunately. And laziness gets people hurt. But there's kind of this like weird aspect when it comes to like the trades. Well, it's not really weird, but essentially the trades run off a lot of do as I say, not as I do. And everyone always breaks the rules. It's just one of those things. Like everyone cheaps out on the rules or skips certain rules, or it just, acceptable risk is a thing in a lot of mold shops and tool shops. It is. It sucks. I'm not a fan of it. Believe me, I'm not a fan of it. I was the first aid guy. I had to deal with people who broke the rules and got hurt. But it's just one of those things. People do it. You're not going to stop them. Okay, so that goes in there. And then you go in there. Well, it's funny, I think the 3 worst injuries I've seen were all cut injuries. Almost had a crush injury, but luckily the mold fell the other way and Buddy didn't get crushed. That would have been fatal. That would have been a lot of paperwork. Yeah, that one, the mold fell the other way, would have been fatal. You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna do too good if a 12,000-pound mold falls on your noggin. Not to promote his channel, but it's that. Okay, no, that's fine. I got no problem with people sharing links and other people's stuff if it's relevant to the conversation. It's like the Discord rule, right? Like on you know, my Discord, the Voron Discord, we don't allow drive-bys, we call it. And drive-bys are when like you just like join a Discord, you go, oh, look at this cool video, and you post a link to your video. Okay? No, that's a no-no. Don't do that. That's called a drive-by. But if you're talking about something and it comes up through natural conversation, oh, hey, you guys are talking about this. I do this on my channel. If you want to see what it looks like, here you go. That's fine. That's not a drive-by. That's just, you know, that comes up during normal conversation. So since we're talking about it, it's not a drive-by. Make sense? Makes sense. There was a dude that had his entire arm crushed in a mold. So the 3 worst injuries I saw, I won't share pictures. Obviously, I don't have pictures. The worst one was, it was a horizontal milling or horizontal CNC. So the, this will do. So essentially you have a pallet, an FCS plate, you mount all your blocks of steel to it, and then you pick it up with a crane and it suctions, it like locks into the plate, and then the tool head on the CNC comes in and does, it comes in sideways, horizontal. Vertical milling machine, horizontal. Okay, so it's on a table and the table rotates, right? There's a table in the machine and a table outside the machine. So Buddy's setting up the machine. He takes all his blocks, he puts like, you know, because they're machining lifters. So you got raw blocks of steel about this big. Some of them are somewhat machined, but they're raw blocks. So you put it all, he sets it all up, and the plate is about this big by about this big, okay? So he hooks it all up, he gets everything set up on the plate, hooks it up with the little jib crane, picks it up, and it's a suction system that sucks it onto the thing, and then it locks it in place. So what happened was he engaged the suction system, which locked the plate on, and then he unhooked the crane, but he forgot to like engage the actual latch mechanism, and the suction seal wasn't perfect and it fell. Basically the plate kind of did this. Now remember, this is a little plate. The plate itself was about, you know, this big by like this big, and it had a bunch of lifters on it. And he went to catch it. They drove the ambulance directly into the shop. I didn't know they could do that. Found out that day they could drive an ambulance right into the shop. Yeah. A falling knife has no handle. Rule of thumb, a falling knife has no handle. So when metals, yeah, don't catch. Luckily I believe he did have some nerve damage, but nothing life altering. Nothing life altering, luckily. But yeah, he got cut up pretty good from that. Most of the other ones are mostly kind of the same. Somebody not paying attention and cutting themselves. The worst one I personally had to deal with was nothing serious. Like the cause was nothing serious, but he walked around a corner. But he wasn't paying attention. He walked into a mold that had just come off a machine that was still sharp, and he sliced his arm pretty bad. It was something like 37 stitches. That one I had to attend to. It was on an afternoon shift. So I had to go and bandage him up and, you know, wrap them all up and get him in a, call a taxi and send him off to go get stitches and all that. So that one was a bit messy. That one was a little messy. I get why you have to put the panel on first before doing this, because you got to put, there's a hole here that the wires go through, but it's going to be annoying to get this all like cable managed when you can't really get in there. Scary part, the reaction to stop something that's... Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, you got to like train yourself. One of the dumbest injuries I ever saw was, if you don't know what degloving is, he degloved a finger. Essentially what happened was there was a pallet on the ground that had a bunch of lifters on it, and it was in the aisle by like an inch. And a supervisor was like, oh, get that out of the aisle. So what you're supposed to do, because it's a big pallet, you'll get a pump cart, you pump up the pallet, you slide it over out of the aisle, and you drop it down. Buddy just grabbed the pallet and slid it. Because it was like only an inch, he slid it. But when he slid it, one of the lifters slid and pinched his finger. And he just went, ah! And just went like, ah! Well, when he did that, he degloved the tip of his finger. And then he's looking at it. He looks at me, because I was a junior at the time, I was relatively new. And he looks at me, I look at him, I see like the finger and it's just like peeled. And I'm like, he looks at me, he's like, and the guy who's the safety manager walks by, looks at him, he goes, and they're like, okay, come with me. Luckily, I think shock kicked in right away. So they just sewed it back up. He was fine. He was fine. They just sewed it all back up and he was fine. Nico gifted another 20. Cheers and appreciated. Thank you. So yeah. How am I gonna do this? Okay. You saw me do these two. I'm doing this one on my own time because I need to actually see what I'm doing. So yeah, always be careful. It's one of those things that's like, ah shit, I wish I could go back in time 2 seconds and stop myself from doing that. So. Okay, how am I gonna do this? I need to see it from the top down. 1 second, I'm gonna go get a stool. I brought... Found it. Dude, I went in and I'm like, oh, it's in the kitchen. It wasn't in the kitchen. I'm like, where is it? I'm looking, I'm like, where'd it go? And it's like, oh, I forgot there was like a bug in the computer room the other night, like just a random bug up in the corner. It's like I couldn't reach it, so I had to go grab the stool. So I was like, oh, there it is. Wear a silicone. Yeah, I'm married. I don't wear my wedding. I only wear my wedding ring when I go out, and that's just a habit that I picked up from when I worked in a mold shop, because rings and machinery, no. So I would only wear my wedding band like basically on weekends. So that's like I only wear it when we go out essentially. Okay, now I can actually see what I'm doing, kind of, sort of. Oh, this is still kind of annoying, but I'll make it work. Oh, shoot. No, I don't even have that cable in. Okay. Come on. No, I can't see what I gotta turn my hat backwards like a cool guy. There we go. Nope. No, this... Really? Why don't you want to stick in the hole? Go in the hole. Maybe There we go. Kind of sucks that it's annoying that they're all this hardware is in the way. I can't really see what I'm doing for half of this, but I mean, it's just sleeving to kind of protect the, like, come on. Oh, this is annoying. Oh, come on. You really? Ah, the whole thing just popped out. This is annoying. Which one are we doing? This one? This one. Come on, come on, get in your hole. Stupid cable doesn't want to stick. Maybe if I put that one in first and then this one? Maybe if I go the other way around, it'll stick. Come on. Come on, get in your hole. Oh, oh, there you go. That seems a bit more. Nope, 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 come on. Come on, piece of shit. Nope, ah, fuck. Why is it always the dumb part that is the hard part? No, it's because it's twisted. That's why. It's twisted. You go in there. Nope. Nope. You get in there, then you get in there. Okay. You go there. Okay. Come on. Come on. Get in your hole. Well. Okay. There we go. Okay. This is, oh my God, this is so stupid. Come on. Come on, piece of shit. Get in your hole. Nope, nope, nope. I'm just gonna fucking zip tie you. Piece of shit. Come on. No, you get... There we go. For now. It's gonna pop out the moment I move anything, but it's in there. Woo! That sucked. Stupid cables. Okay. And then we got the last Now the problem is you got the big fat cable from the, there you go, no longer cool. The big fat cable from the USB camera, and then you got all the spindly cables from the motor, and they have to like stack perfectly for that to fit on, and they keep doing like this, and then they bunch up and it doesn't stick because this cable's all like gummy, right? Yellow. Yellow what? Mellow yellow? Kim it. There we go. Okay. So that is, all of those are now plugged in. Okay. So we did that. We did the motor cables. The cable covers are installed. Tool carriage is installed. That's installed. That's installed. We got to flip this over and install our motors now. So let's do that. So we got to flip this face first. That's really the only way you can flip this. Ow. I'm pinching my fingies. Okay, so we need more cables. Okay, so we need Z motors now. So let's, you go there. You go there. You go there. You go there. So you probably come over here. This is your USB cable. And USB cables plug into the thing that the USB cables plug into, which is the Raspberry Pi. Huzzah. Okay. And now I need motor cables. Are these the motor cables? I think these are the motor cables. Yeah, these are the motor cables. Okay, I am hungry. Peter Printer gifted a community membership. Cheers and appreciated. Okay, so the wiring diagram is from the point of view of the printer laying face down. Okay. So, are these all the same length? Wait, these are only two. Oh, no, there are three. So, in a perfect world, if I had a lot more time, I would totally shrink these cables down, because I don't need this much cable to go from here to there. Nobody got time for that. So we're just gonna YOLO it. Okay, so this guy goes to third one, which is, I really wish these wires were the fourth one. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This one skips one. Goes here because of course it doubles up. We got 2Z. This guy So all of this over here and plugs into this guy. Okay, so that's that. So now we have these wonderful cables I gotta manage somehow. Too hard, we'll figure that out. Now, is this easier to build to than Voron? Yes, no, maybe, kind of, sort of. Okay. Yeah, these images got to be much higher resolution. Like, these are pretty crappy resolution, I'll be honest. Okay, so this is an end stop. So the end stop is over here and plugs into this guy. Okay. And then, what do we have for joining? Oh, we got some joining cables here. Okay. Okay, so I gotta find those. Joining cables. Are you a joining cable? No. Joining cables. Are you joining cables? No. No, that's an extension cable. Oh, you're a fan. Oh, here we go. Oh. Okay, so it would appear with this not great image, I really wish these were higher resolution. Okay, so A1 and A0. So this guy and this guy joined together. And they plug in to the first one. This guy and this guy. Yeah, there's a lot of cable management with this one. There's a lot of wiring under the hood. I mean, like, if you took the time and you knew what you were doing and you were okay doing it, you can easily shorten a lot of these cables and make this look real nice and clean. Because most of this cable management is just extra wires that we're having to like. Okay, let's see then. Tightening the cables. Okay. I mean, it is what it is. Oop, what do we do there? What do I do? What do I do? And then the touchscreen is the last thing. Okay, time to tidy the cables. Give me a lot of zip ties. I mean, you want to know how you tidy the cables? You flip the printer up and the cables go away. Right? You just flip the printer up and the cables magically disappear. Right? It's science. Okay. Sweet baby Jesus. Okay, so unplug you. Plug you in there. Okay, we're just gonna double everything up. We're just gonna double everything up. I'd rather have a mass of cables here because of the fan. I want this area to be as clear as possible for the fan. Is there a bottom panel? I don't believe so, but it wouldn't be hard to add one. To be fair, there is a lot of wiring to this printer. Like there is a lot of wiring to this printer. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Anything exciting going on this weekend? What's going on this weekend? Is there anything going on this weekend? I probably should start packing. I haven't like looked at anything for my trip to Sweden. Flying to Sweden on Tuesday, for those that don't know. Going to go visit Bondtech. What I might do in the Discord is set up a QA or a thread or something if anyone has any questions about the index or something they want me to specifically look at. How can you afford? What do you mean? Head 420. How dare you assume my financial situation? How dare you assume my financial situation? You are correct. I would not be I would not be buying this printer. They sent it to me. I did not buy an HS3. Ready? Just jam it in. Just jam it in. This is gonna be a nightmare if I gotta fix any of the wiring. Got some nice quiet music to set the mood while we jam wires into cables. There we go. I need more of those sticker guys. Where did I put them? Did I put them back in the thing? Where did I put my little sticky things? Oh, I put them in here. Will Bondtech working with E3D on? I have no idea. I have no idea. Is the PROFORGE uses? No, this does not use the Bondtech index. Since, I mean, have you been watching the build? This uses the E3D ToolChanger system essentially. This does not use the Bondtech. No printers use the Bondtech system yet. The Bondtech system is still under development. It's near the end of development, but it's still under development. And as of writing, as of this time, there are no printers on the market that I know of that are slated to be using it. So it'd be nice if there were some printers on the market by the time, the system's matured and you could just buy a printer with the Bondtech index system. But as of right now, the system exists as a standalone system that you add to a printer. So it's a DIY solution. It's not you can't just buy a printer with Bondtech index. Will that change in the future? Hopefully, maybe. I know not everyone wants to build a printer, but as of right now, that's the current situation. Yes, this has Clipper. Although, really, theoretically, you could run this with like RepRap or any other system. If basically, if you could use it on yeah, you could use RepRap. If you had compatible hardware, you could use RepRap. More zip ties. More zip ties. All the zip ties. Zip tie everything. Zip tie everything. Okay. There we go. That looks cable managed. Those cables look sufficiently managed. I mean, we got the fan blowing on the stuff. We're good. That's all that matters. Right? You ready? You ready to see how you cable manage it? You ready? I'm going to show you a little trick. This is how you make the cables look really good. So this is the current state of the cables. Okay? They're managed. They're not flopping around, but they're obviously everywhere. It's a bit of, we got the bit of spaghetti. But ready? Ready? Ready for the trick? Okay, everyone close your eyes for 5 seconds. Okay, ready? When I say go, close your eyes for 5 seconds and then look back and all these cables will be beautifully managed. Ready? Go. Behold, the cables have been managed. Look at that. Look how clean it looks now. And none of them are hanging down and touching anything, so we're good. Okay, let's get the screen together. And touchscreen. So we're going to need some stuff here. So we're going to need this printed part. We're going to need a screen. And then we need a bracket, which I think I saw. Where did that bracket go? Here is a bracket. Out of sight, out of mind. As long as it's safe and you don't look at it and nobody's getting their little fingies in there, like, yeah, I'm not getting my fingers in there. We're good. We're good. Why you gotta be overthinking stuff? Why you gotta be overthinking stuff? So behold, this is the BigTreeTech Pi TFT 50 is the screen we are using. Yeah. So I'm assuming we peel off that. Yeah. Oh, one garbage. Okay. This way. Wait. Which way does this go? It goes this way. Oh, I gotta peel off these stupid little orange thingies. Stupid little orange thingies. I always forget to peel these stupid. DSi or HDMI? DSi. Although it might be able to do HDMI? No, it's DSi. Keep peeling these stupid things off. Yeah, I got these little captain pieces stuck on me. What am I going to do for dinner, guys? I am starving. Yeah, DSi is nice because it's like one ribbon cable. You don't have to deal with like a chunky HDMI. HDMI has the advantage of you just plug it into the raz. Like there's pros and cons to both. DSi, I believe, is better because it's one cable, but if you're running it over a longer distance, I believe HDMI is better. But how long of a distance are you running? Why are you running? Why are you running? Here's my... Ah! The screen cover, I guess, was stuck to the garbage. It didn't go in the garbage, that little, you know, because it was all stuck because of static electricity. And it fell off the garbage and it fell down my leg and I thought it was a bug. Prints are functionally fine, but they do have a bit of elephant footing, so I'm just kind of cleaning them up. The first layer was a little too smushed to the bed, I think. Actually, was that Jan in chat? Is that Yontech in chat? Yontech, are you going to Rocky Mountain? If that was Yontech in chat, are you going to Rocky Mountain? I'm assuming you're going, Liz. Okay, so that's that. That, we got our buttons, so it goes this way. Okay, and then does this go any specific way? I don't think it matters. What do we got here? 2.5 by 8 millimeter. 5 by 8 millimeter. There's no Roman Atwood video tonight. Oh, who's that? I will say there was a new Project Binky video this week. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Okay, so this just attaches with M2.58s. Grilled burgers on char. Ooh, I could go for a burger. I can go for a burger. All my hamburgers frozen though. And we did hamburger yesterday. We did hamburger helper for dinner yesterday, so I want to do hamburger 2 days in a row. There's a new BPS space. Ooh, heck yeah. Is it the meat rocket? I'm assuming it's the meat rocket. Yeah, I really don't think open sauce is happening this year, which kind of sucks because it was... Open sauce was really fun to go to last year, but I do not have enough YouTuber cred to get an invite, and it's a type of event that costs too much to go to for what I would get out of it as a content creator for the channel, unfortunately, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Okay, I am looking for other pieces for this. Nope, nope. I gotta clean up this box. Where? Wow, that is a lot of material for a swivel mechanism. Okay, where is all the swivel mechanism stuff? Is this it? No, that's just a bracket. Is this it? These are corner cubes. Is this it? That's garbage. That is vent fan. Nope, nope. Okay, nothing in this box. Is this it? Nope. Is this it? Nope. Is this it? Nope. Nope. Aha, it's this little baggie. It's not even a baggie. There's a new Project Binky video. They might finish that little Mini Cooper rebuild before the end of the heat death of the universe at the rate they're going. But there's a new Project Binky video. We got that going for us, which is nice. Korean barbecue. Oh, dude. I went to China and I came back, I bought chopsticks. I am cultured AF now when it comes to Asian food. I eat with chopsticks. I can go actually for some Korean. Okay. So how does this work? Oh my, look how complicated this stupid bracket is. Okay, so we got screw, washer, washer, nut. Okay, so screw, washer, washer, nut. Okay. Jeez. How much hardware do you need to mount the screen? Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, on the bright side, tomorrow's the weekend. So that's nice. I gotta cut the grass too. It's been raining the last couple days. And the grass has been... Cut the grass. Friggin' the grass, I go... Yeah, okay. And then this will go on the inside. Okay. So I hate it because it's like, I don't like yard work, right? Yard work is not my thing. I do... Wait, where'd my camera go? There I am. Hi. I hate yard work. I hate it. Yard work is not my thing. I do not like yard work. I don't like yard work. So one of the first things we did when we got our house was I ripped out all the landscaping in the backyard and the front yard, and I just went with like dirt, grass, and like not even mulch, rock. Because mulch, you got to redo it every year. Or every couple years, at least. So I'm like, low maintenance. Well, it's getting nice out. So I cut my grass on Saturday for the first time in the year. And it's been like 4 days and I got to cut it again. It's like, no, quit growing. Go back to not being alive. Come on, come on, come on. Get in. Oh my God. Just trying to get these all started first. There we go. Okay. Then again, I did overseed the heck out of my front yard because we're trying to fix a bald spot. So it's like, oh, okay, maybe I did have something to do with why my grass is growing like crazy right now. Okay, so now that is all that. And that attaches with more nuts. Okay, so let's get these nice and tight. On the bright side, the bad areas of my backyard that I'm fixing up are actually starting to take, so that's finally good. You have a bank holiday in the UK? We have a holiday, not this week coming up, but the week after. We have Victoria Day here in Ontario, I think. The May 2-4 weekend, as we like to say it. Or the excuse to drink weekend. Or the open the pool weekend. Essentially. Well, the problem is with it raining every day right now, or every morning at least, we get a little bit of rain every day. So the problem is the grass is wet. Nothing is worse than trying to cut wet grass. Not to break anything, come on. Okay, so behold the screen mount. So this goes like that. Okay. So now I got to flip it over on its. Well, how am I can't put it on its back because there's stuff back there. I can't put it on its side because there's stuff there. I can't put it on that side because there's cables there. And I can't put it on its front because I have to install the... Yeah, 1, 2, 3 blocks. That's why I say, go buy 1, 2, 3 blocks. Do you not own 1, 2, 3 blocks? Go buy 1, 2, 3 blocks. Just go buy 1, 2, 3 blocks. Go. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. There you go. Okay. One in. How many does one need? Yes. Rule of thumb, get 4. 2 is okay. You'd be surprised. You get by with 2 a lot of the time, but every now and then it's nice to have 4. Because usually they sell them in pairs or 4s. Way behind, we'll catch up. Shh, the wires are managed. When the machine is face down, the wires are managed. It's in maintenance mode now, so they're not managed. There we go. Okay, and now the ribbon cable. So the trick is buy a Milo. Buy a Milo, it comes with 1, 2, 3 blocks. So just buy an LDO Milo kit, it comes with 1, 2, 3 blocks, and you're good. And then it goes into the furthest one. Okay. So that's blue down. No, we don't want blue down. We want blue out. There That's that. Then blue towards the outside. Actually, 1 second here. Let's change this up a bit. Let's change this up a bit. You come under that cable, so I can kind of stuff you there. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then the Raspberry Pi antenna. Ooh, smart. So the antenna for the Raspberry Pi, because the big problem with the Raspberry Pi antenna is the fact that it's, you know, it's inside a metal box. So the Wi-Fi strength is going to be shite. So what you do is you take it out of here, because I went and cable managed it over everything. Peel off the backer. You can tell I'm getting hungry. I'm starting to get the stupid shakes. Really? Really? There. And you stick it to the screen. Go. So you stick it to the screen, and there you go. Just gotta be careful because it's just kind of floaty there, but there we go. And the last part is flashing clipper. So we are pretty much done the mechanical build of this printer. All that's left is software, which we are not going to start today. And then, obviously, there's the top hat aspect, because this is enclosed. This printer is enclosed. I do have the kit to enclose it, but we're not going to until I get it up and running and everything's moving and we're all happy with everything. Then I'll worry about enclosing it. Because the last thing I want to do now is spend a bunch of time enclosing it and then realize, oh shit, I screwed something up. So it's usually a good rule of thumb, and if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that's how I do it. I don't enclose printers until after they're up and running and I have a couple prints on them and everything is basically debugged and everything's good, then I enclose it. Because it's just easier to fix stuff and get at stuff if you don't go through the whole enclosing aspect. So there we go. That is the printer. That would dock like that. Neat. Cool. There we go. Look at it. Behold. We're good. Oh, that cable. Oh, shoot. That cable is for. It's an end stop for the nozzle, but I don't have it. We didn't come across it in the instructions, but I'll mount it. I gotta find it. This is that. That goes in there. This is that. That goes in there. This is parts for this, so that goes in there. These parts can all go in there. This is garbage. Get rid of this. Hooray. Get rid of all this stuff. There we go. So voila. I think that's about it for the build today. We're at 4:30. That's good timing. Sweet. Yeah, that's for a like a Z switch that I have to install, which It's in here. I saw it. I don't know where it mounts. Like, I don't know where it mounts. I didn't see it in the instructions at all. Yeah, it's a Z switch, so it's, but I don't know where it mounts. Because it has to mount to an extrusion. There's no extrusion, and I didn't see it in the instructions. Like, I didn't see it in the instructions. Maybe it was in the bed section. Did we miss it in the bed section? Go back to the bed. Base, platform, gantry, platform. No. Gantry section? I don't even know where the switch goes. No. I don't know where it goes. Clipper flashing. No. Closure? No, I don't know. I don't know where this goes. Because I don't, it has to go out somewhere. Obviously, it's got a hole and it came with a screw. So it's got a screw to something. But I don't see, it doesn't go there. I mean, it can't go there. There's nowhere for it to mount where it would engage. I have no idea where this goes. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea where it goes. I'm sure it'll figure it out. Okay. We're going to do the giveaway at 4:45. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, do this now. We're going to do the step 6 of the gantry. Gantry. Step 6. No. That is for mounting the rails. Gantry, step 6. Platform, step 6 maybe? Not to the rail, no? No. Oop, do I gotta ban someone on the Voron Discord? No. Oh man, I am hungry. Yeah, I have no idea where it's supposed to go. Yeah, I have no idea where it's supposed to go. I have no idea where it's supposed to go. Because we have it plugged in. We have it plugged in. I just don't know where it's supposed to go. Oh well. Okay, let's see. What's going on? Is there any 3D printing news? Any 3D printing news we should be talking about? Anything new and exciting going on? I saw that Bamboo pushed an update where if you upgrade to the new firmware, you can't use Orca Slicer. Stage 4, gantry, step 2. Okay, let's see. Stage 4 gantry, step 2. No, that's the X end stop, which we have mounted. That's the X end stop. We need the Z end stop. Yeah, this is the X end stop. We have that mounted. That's the X end stop. We need... Z end stop, or Z switch, or nozzle switch. The Fetus conch. I have a Fetus silicon carbide nitra carbide nozzle in the Prusa Mark IV, and it works really good. Actually, the Mark... Oh, you got a Diamondback, sorry. No, the Core 1 has a Diamondback in it. How do I like it? It's a Diamondback. It just works. First print, section 8. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see, section 8. Wait, the only attachment, see, first print, section 6. First print, section 6. Oh, it mounts to the bed. Okay. Mount into the rear platform for the calibration. Okay, so this is just for calibrating. Okay, so when you go to calibrate it, you would stick it on the bed, plug it in, do your nozzle calibrations, and then you're good. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Luke's Kickstarter? Oh, did it? I'm not a fan of Kickstarters, but Luke I actually give credit to for being like an actual proper small business using a Kickstarter. So there you go. The Pika Hot End from Luke's Lab. I did a little video on it at Rapid if you want to know more about it, but it's just a super, like it's a high flow hot end design for dropping on the Bamboo. But the thing is, that hot end works on a bunch of other printers, including Boron V0s. So if you want a really compact, lightweight hot end, there you go. There you go. Okay, so that makes sense. That makes sense. Providing reasons enough. Yeah, it's just all about, I don't like it. I don't like it. They're a little too controlling. Like, don't get me wrong, the printers that they make are really nice printers. Okay, I will never fault them for building decent printers. But holy heck, they are just really like, they're getting annoying. Like, as somebody who likes using their tools in a certain way, I have a workflow. I'm 37. I've been doing stuff the way I've been doing it for years, right? Get off my lawn. So it's like, this is how I like doing stuff. This is my workflow, especially in 3D printing. I've been 3D printing since 2017. I like doing stuff a certain way. I have a workflow to my stuff. So when it comes to off-the-shelf machines, in case you haven't noticed, there's only like one brand that I use regularly, and they're Prusas. Or something like this, which is just Clipper. Like, they're machines that work the way I like, the way I want my machine to work. If you notice, I don't have the bamboo set up anymore. So. All right, what are we at right now? What are we at right now? We got 2 minutes. Yeah, I don't see anything new. Do you think PROFORGE makes sensible use of 48 given that a single driver drives 2 motors? It's core. It's yeah, it's fine. Most machines yeah, it's fine. There's plenty of overhead. There's plenty of overhead with 5160 high volts and dual motors. There's plenty of overhead. Plenty of overhead. So you shouldn't be too concerned. I mean, it is a tool changer, so you're not exactly going to be running it at super high speeds. With it being a tool changer, there's a lot of extra mass in the tool head and stacking tolerances and whatnot. So obviously, yeah, it's a quad XY high volt machine. It will move fast, but you're probably not going to be printing stupidly fast at this machine. You're not going to be pushing it to the limit where having 2 motors on the same driver for XY is going to be impacting. You're going to hit printer limitations before you hit electronic limitations, if that makes sense. So. Any thoughts on the Core 1 pre-built yet? I get mine in 2 weeks. I mean, we're building it. I've got the electronics and the bed installed. Or I got the, I mean, if you're wondering the Core 1, yeah, this is where mine's at for the DIY kit. We're continuing on that on Tuesday. Yeah, it's going fine so far. So we got to build the whole XY motion system, and then I got to get it on a plane. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Let's do this giveaway. Who wants to win filament? Put a 1 in chat if you want to win filament. 2 sheets, create. Accepting responses, close, save. There we go. Copy that. Minimize that, minimize that, minimize that. Names, boom, boom, boom. File, save. Wow, a lot of people do not like Street Boys. But it's May. It's gonna be May. Disappointed. You could tell who the Zoomers in chat are who don't appreciate classic music, and you could tell who the Boomers are in chat who don't like the youngin' music. Like, go millennials! $243 people. Okay, we're gonna do a random, bots, 243, and we're doing twists and turns. Let's go. Forgot to fill out the form. There's a pinned note in chat. I remind you several times throughout the stream, and then also before the draw, I remind you several times. We're gonna try starting the build tomorrow, yes. Okay, so how this works, if you win, you get a spool of filament from Polymaker. But if I pick your ball and you win, you also win a free hat. This one right here. Art Applewhite. If you win, you also win a free hat along with your spool of filament. So remember, exclamation mark zoom zoom makes your ball go faster. Exclamation mark gullible makes everyone else's ball go slower. And if you like the smash button, ring the bell and are subscribed to the channel. It actually greases your ball up and makes it go even faster. Also, if you're a channel member, it puts a rocket on your ball and makes it go really, really, really fast. For real, no capping. Projects in Dad's Garage is in the lead. Don't lose it, don't lose it, don't lose it. Oh no! Peter's in the lead. It's like you don't want a lot of momentum going into those buckets. Sounds rigged. Oh, every game is totally rigged. Every game is totally rigged. Rigged for randomness. Oh, this is actually gonna be a tight one. This might actually be a tight one. Ooh, Tin Talon. Ooh, no. Oh shit, here we go. Oh shit. Okay, let's see. Let's see who gets it. Let's see who gets it. Who gets it? Who gets it? Oh shit. Oh shit. Music Junkie. Music Junkie with the win. Music Junkie with the win. There you go. Okay. Your name is Music Junkie and you don't know who Backstreet Boys are. How can, like, I am not a music junkie. I'm just a normal dude who listens to music when it's on the radio. And I know who Backstreet Boys is. How can you claim to be a music junkie and you do not know who the Backstreet Boys are? Also, you won by 0.1 seconds. How? Also, I lost my mouse. Where's my mouse? There it is. Okay. No. Okay, whatever. Just close it down. Okay. How do you not know who the Backstreet Boys are? How? How? Disqualified. No, they won. Okay, so we're gonna call it there. We will start the firmware on this. It'll probably be a little bit. Okay, this build is probably gonna sit for a couple weeks. Yeah, I bought this at Open Sauce last year. Because next week, for those that don't know, Tuesday, I'm flying out to Sweden to go hang out with Bondtech for a bit. So there won't be a normal Friday stream. And then the week after that is Rocky Mountain, so there won't be a normal Friday stream. So we'll be continuing on this build in a couple weeks with Clipper shenanigans. Yay! So I want to give a huge shout out to MakerTech 3D for sending over the ProForge 300 kit. If you do want to get one of these for yourself, there is a link in the video description. It is not an affiliate link, just a normal link to it. So if you want to buy one, check that out. So yeah. Shout out to them for sending the kit. Again, not being paid for this build series, but I do get the kit at the end of the build series. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Links for all of them and more in the video description. Some of them, like the Gamer Subs link, use code Canuck, save some money on your order. And for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you for not being able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. It's Friday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands, and I will see you tomorrow.